Hi YouTube, my name is Ashley and thank you for stopping by my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and do another story time for you because my last story time about why I got fired from McDonald's is doing very well. So I thought I would come back and give you another one. This story time is about the lip nightmare from hell. Okay, so let me give you some backstory. When I was in high school, I was obsessed with lip rings. All of a sudden, I looked around high school and everyone was getting some type of piercing that had to do with the mouth, whether they were getting the top ones, the bottom ones, or just one, or in the tongue. And I was like, that is so cool and it's so badass. I want one. So I had to build myself up, over the course of a week because my mom has never been a fan of anything being modified on you but your ears because she has a lot of earrings. So that's the only thing that she was okay with. I had mentioned it before. She never was like, "Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I take you," or nothing. And at the time, I needed her permission. I couldn't go. I think, I was 17, 16, 17. I was a long way from 18. And I built up the courage to ask. And my mom was like, "You really want this? You sure?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am. I've been thinking about it for a while." And so she took me to a tattoo and piercing shop that we have here in town, and I got it done. And I just thought that I was the sugar honey iced tea. I was just bopping around trying to have everyone look at my lip. I was just like, "Look at my lip. You see my lip?" Ooh, like I was throwing it in people's faces. "Look at my lip." Because I just thought I was so cool. So about a week later, we had our annual fair that comes to the state, and we went, and I was going to get what let me see what it was. I was going to get um the donut hamburger, which is still my favorite thing at the fair to this day. And so I bit down on it, not realizing anything was wrong, and I look up to feel my ring because I have the habit of always touching, like when I had a earring of touching it, a lip ring, excuse me. So I go to touch it and I realize that my dice um lip ring is gone. Like the back is there, but the dice that was on my lip is completely gone. So it must have flew off while I was eating my burger, and I did not have a replacement. And so I took that out and my lip closed completely up. So I waited about another, excuse me, I think something just happened. I waited about another month or so and I went back and got one. And this one took fine, same exact spot as the first one. And I was like, "I'm so cool." I'm bopping around again, look, it's back. Like, I felt so sexy and badass because I had it on. And I went to sleep the night, woke up the next morning, went to touch my lip ring, couldn't find it. My lip was like swole up two sizes, like bigger than it was supposed to be. And I went and like went into my mouth to try to play and see if I could find the back. I couldn't find the back, and I realized once I mashed down that my lip had grew over the piercing and over the back as well, and it was stuck in my lip, and I sat there for like a minute or two just hoping against hope to push it out. And the more times I tried and it wouldn't come out, I was panicking, and my panic was like, it had went from a 1 initially, and now my panic was like a 10,000. I could not get this out. I remember I hopped out of bed, I threw on the closest thing I could find. I think it was literally just a shirt, and I like rushed to my mom's room, and I remember like banging on the door, and I'm like, "Mom, my lip, my lip, my lip," and she comes outside, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. My lip is my lip ring is stuck in my lip, and I'm panicking. And my mom tries it a couple of times. It will not come out for her. So we get into the car. We go to the hospital. The doctor looks at it. He tries to get it out. It will not come out. So I'm given this shot that was supposed to numb my lips so I wouldn't feel any pain because they were going to have to cut it out. The shot did not work. I felt everything. He took this kind of like exacto looking knife, and he and went like through my lip. I can't remember which way, if it was straight or down, but he went through my lip. He pulls it out, and then he says that it's going to heal on its own. It's going to close up on its own, and he gives me some pain meds. So about a week later, I'm at school with this big, it was about, do I have something? I'm going to say it was about this big black thing right on my lip where my piercing was. And it was like the scab, and it had a million tiny like crease marks. And I'm at school. I brush up against it, not thinking. It crumbles into a million pieces. I never been more embarrassed. I was embarrassed the whole week having this big black thing like on the side of my lip, and I'm probably making it more than what it was because I was so embarrassed by it. It probably wasn't that huge, but it was disgusting. And after that, I never got another lip piercing again. I have wanted to, but I am scared. I don't think it's in the cards for me because 2 times, and both times it closed up on its own, and it ended dramatically the last time. And you probably won't even be able to see it because I have makeup on. I was filming other videos, but I still have the scars from both times on my lip. And so that is my disgusting story of the lip piercings from hell. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please follow me on all of my social medias, which will be linked in the description down below. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so please hit that subscribe button and leave a check mark. And as always, until we meet again,